Today, in my presentation, I will talk about the power of music and how music affects memory and brain recovery. Have you ever heard a song or listened to certain music that instantly brought back memories from years ago? Like going on vacation as a kid with your family, playing sports with your friends, or even a specific person in your life? Well, almost everyone listens to music every single day, but don't know the actual effects that go on inside the brain. Today, I'll explain how music influences the brain by improving memory, activating important brain regions, and even helping people recover from serious brain injuries. First, we're going to look at what goes on inside your brain when you hear music, and then how music helps you relive certain experiences and brings back your memory, and finally, how doctors use music therapy to help their patients recover. Unlike other activities, music doesn't activate just one part of the brain, but when you're listening to music, several areas are working together at the same time, as shown in this picture. After reading science journalist Catherine Wu's article where researchers used brain scans to see which parts of the brain became active while listening to music, I learned that the auditory cortex is where sound is first processed, and it identifies things like rhythm, melody, pitch, and volume. Then, the hippocampus. This area is responsible for forming and retrieving memories. It's one reason a familiar song can instantly remind you of a specific event or person. Next, the amygdala. This processes emotions. It helps explain why music can make you feel happy, excited, relaxed, or even sad. Then, the motor cortex and cerebellum. These areas control movement and coordination. They are why people naturally tap their feet, clap, or dance when they hear music. And finally, the prefrontal cortex. This region is involved in attention, planning, and decision making. It also helps us recognize patterns and anticipate what comes next in a song. A source that really helped me study this topic right here was Kay Shelmey's article. She studied Syrian Jewish communities and their traditional songs called Pizmonium. Pizmonium are traditional Jewish songs and melodies used to praise God. After interviewing the community members, Shelmey learned that these songs can connect family, culture, and important life events, and that almost anyone around the world can think of a certain song that reminds them of a specific memory. This all helps explain why music is often connected to birthdays, graduations, weddings, and even sporting events. Now time to look at the effects of music therapy. I read an article by X Zhang where researchers did tests on patients where half of them received normal medical care and half of them received music therapy. Now here is a picture of their brains. Here are the results from the test. The person on the right had music therapy during the recovery process, and their brain was stimulated way more than the person on the left with no music therapy and just normal medical care. So it's easy to see that music therapy will activate the brain way more than just normal medical help. For example, a person recovering from a stroke may respond better to music therapy because major parts of the brain are being activated simultaneously, allowing for a smoother and quicker recovery. Today, we learned music does a lot more than just entertain us. It activates several areas of the brain simultaneously, preserves memories and culture, and doctors are also using it as a new way to help patients by using music therapy. So, next time you play your favorite song, think about what goes on inside your brain. That song might bring back memories from years ago, change your mood, motivate you during a workout, or even help your brain function. Music is way more than just something we listen to. Music is a powerful tool that connects our memories, emotions, and health.